Sheriff Steve Prator is on the phone. Hey, Sheriff Steve, thank you for joining us once again. Our pleasure entirely.
Well, sure. Thank you for calling, I guess. I don't know what you're going to ask.
Well, yeah, who would have thought? So here's the deal. What's just so we get it right, what's the deal with the Caddo Parish Courthouse grounds? You want to make them off limits? You want to explain to us what's going on? What's the controversy?
Okay, there's really not. I don't know about there's not a controversy that I know of. It's just I suggested to the commission that if they want to make it secure, because we have to secure the building itself, and we found guns and found all sorts of vandalism and things that happen on the outside, and you know how dangerous it is these days with bombs and things. I said, if you really want to make it secure, you'll put a fence around the courthouse lawn, just the lawn, the grass part, and you will close it down, create a park atmosphere. It'll be open on the weekdays, and it could be open on the weekends if there was some supervision down there. You would cut out all of the current state of things down there when people go to the bathroom in the bushes, the folks that are wanting to live down there and sleep on the grass, and their dogs go to the bathroom out there, and they go to the bathroom in the bushes. You'd cut all that out if you would simply designate it a park and then put a small, nice-looking fence around it like all the rest of our parks have, where you can close them down, or like some of our other parks have.
So there are those who are, I don't want to say jumping up and down, but they're saying, wait a second, this is public property, and if we want to have a rally, a meeting, a get-together on those grounds, they're accusing you almost of violating their First Amendment freedom of assembly rights.
Well, they have the parkway. They have all sorts of churches that they could have. You know, they could get with the pastor and do that. You can't do it at the federal courthouse, and nobody's jumping up and down over there. They don't allow demonstrations on the federal grounds. So it doesn't have anything to do with people's freedom, their rights or anything. It has to do with the fact that we have to secure it. We have to keep guns and bombs and things away from the building. I don't personally think I don't see many tourists walking around there on the weekends because of the sleeping bags and the crap in the bushes and everything else. So why not be in control of it? And you can open it up if you want to on the weekends. But right now, you know, you can exercise your open carry. You can carry a firearm and walk right up to the steps of the courthouse, but you can't go inside.
A lot of people.
What about domestic situations? How many of those do we have?
Mm-hmm.
And what if you want to? You can go in there and drink on the. You can do anything you want to outside. It's just like any man's land, and it doesn't have to be just because it's historically known as a place to demonstrate.
Sheriff Steve Prator, there were a lot of folks at the commission meeting yesterday who say that some of the restrictions that have been proposed, requiring some insurance and permits, are unfair to people at the lower end of the poverty scale, that this would keep them from ever having a protest there because it would be too cost prohibitive. Your reaction, and was that your idea too?
No, my idea was y'all got to make some sense out of this old, antiquated demonstration law. We had a demonstration recently down there within this year that we had some sort of a Confederate group that wanted to demonstrate on the courthouse and carry Confederate flags and open carry firearms. And they put it on Facebook, and they had a demonstration someplace in the United States, and they had over 2,000 people there. Well, the commission calls and allows them to do this without a permit, and then calls us for security. Well, we had to secure the place because it was not enough time to work with anyone else. So we did. It cost the taxpayers $16,000 for us to be prepared for that event. And 7 people showed up. And they did have open carry. They were carrying firearms and all, but we had no idea what to expect because there was no permitting process. And so all I'm telling the commission is that, this is your call. I'm telling you what's best for safety, security, and the little bit I know about what good environment. And if you don't want to do it, that's fine. But we're not going to work events down there when there's no rules.
As you are speaking, we're getting texts in from listeners that are telling me that what you're saying makes a whole hell of a lot of sense. I know it makes a lot of sense to you. Are you surprised at the vehemence, at the intensity of those in opposition to your ideas?
Well, I wasn't even notified it was on the agenda. I didn't know it was even, so I don't know what the intensity was. I don't know. I don't really think the commissioners are too much in favor of it. You know, they want to make it a First Amendment issue, and that's not it at all. I think it's just a leadership issue, and anyway, we differ about things occasionally.
If they don't implement what you've proposed, what do you change?
Well, I'm just not going. If there's no rules, I'm not going to work any kind of a demonstration or anything down there. Because I told them, I said, this is just like a private business that has a piece of property and wants to hire us for their picnic. It's the same kind of thing. We work for them. We tell them what they need, and they tell us about how many people they expect, and there's rules about how people will act. To say, we're going to have a demonstration down here, Sheriff, and we want you to come and work it, well, we're not going to do that.
So what are their options then? Shreveport Police? Private security?
They're going to have to hire Shreveport Police or something and tell them there's no rules. What I'm saying is we're letting people dictate to us what they're going to do and where they're going to meet when there are other options. And the courthouse is our responsibility to protect the judges, the district attorney, the domestic violence witnesses. And why would we not want some sort of order? And where is the big protest about what you can do at the courthouse, the federal courthouse? Everybody says, oh, Lord, that's the federal courthouse. We can't do it down there. Let's go over to the district courthouse and do any damn thing we want. You know, it just doesn't make sense to me, but that's okay. Lots of things don't, and I'll die with things not making sense.